It was like a mystical sphere. It was quite attractive, something that seems to be nice, but it isn't. About a month ago, I received a warning dream, and it was the kind of dream that I know that so many people receive. However, I also know that most people have no idea that they have received a warning, and so, with that, they may step into danger or they may do silly things that will be very costly. Today, we're going to take a look at warning dreams and how God is warning us and helping us through divine guidance. I'm going to share a dream that I had and how I interpreted it, what I did afterwards when I understood it was a warning, and how it turned out when reality spoke and revealed what it really meant. So it started out with me having a dream, and in the dream there was this lady with dark hair, and she had like a red dress, and it was like a mystical sphere. It was quite attractive, and I was looking at all the details and studying it because it was fascinating. It was a little bit oriental, it was exotic, it was like lamplight, not out in the sunshine, but a dimmed down lamplight. And so I was studying this in the dream and wondering, what is this? What am I seeing here? I was kind of like tasting the qualities. But then above this lady, I saw a shelf, and on top of that shelf was a lamp. It was the kind of traditional old Turkish lamp that I've seen so many times. It's made out of a lot of different glass pieces like mosaic. But this lamp was different because the glass was black. So there was a light inside of it, and it did emit some light, but it wasn't much. And it was the color of it that hit me. When I saw that, even in the dream, I thought to myself that, I don't think that would fit my style. I could see how it would fit into the picture of this lady. It would fit to her style. It was kind of like the same color as her hair. But in the dream, I realized that it didn't fit me. The lamp was a problem. And that was all. There were no big dragons or terrible things going on. I mean, it was not a warning dream with any big signs that is obvious and that you may hear in these other videos that are pointing out big dramatic stuff. No. Usually God speaks in very subtle ways and in symbolic ways where you actually have to dig and spend time to reveal the true meaning. And we know that from the Bible. It is the privilege of the Lord to conceal a matter, but it is the privilege of kings to reveal it. And this is the principle of God having mysteries, and for us to understand them and appreciate what He gives us, we actually have to spend time to interpret and to chew on the bits and pieces He is sending and serving us. My name is Eden. I am a therapist. I am a dream interpreter. I mean, I have a varied background, and I make videos about the path with God, the purpose, the life purpose that we have, and the abundant life that God wants us to have. If you are interested in any of that, make sure to subscribe so that you can see more of my content. So I woke up and understood immediately that this was a warning dream, and I'm going to tell you why in just a second. But first, let me just share what I thought that the dream actually meant. I thought that this, since it was a lady, that it was a symbol of a spiritual force. And because I understood that it was something dark and something that was not right with it, I was scared. I feared that I was being friendly with a dark spirit somehow. Now, we can be friends with spirits in so many ways. It is common. It is not about being obsessed, etc. It's simply about having bad habits or believing a lie or doing something that is not really what God wants you to do. In that moment, in that setting, you are being friends with, the wrong kind of spirits. So I was seeing it as that. And for that reason, I prayed to God and said, hey, if I am now being friendly with something that is not of you, please protect me. Please reveal it to me. Don't let any of this affect my life, my character, etc., etc. So I prayed for protection based on the understanding that I had, even though later on I would realize that my interpretation of the dream was not accurate. It was not what was really being communicated. However, my prayers certainly helped, and so that is the case with you also. If you have a dream, you have this sense that, wow, this wasn't really good, then pray about it. Even if you don't understand it, just pray that whatever needs to be exposed or revealed, or that you need to see or understand or change, that will happen, and that God will protect you, and that, you submit to Him so that it may be right. Okay, so now I'm going to share with you why I understood that this was a warning dream, and some of you may already have understood it. The reason was simply that the light above the head of this lady was black. It was a dark light, just like Lucifer. Lucifer is the angel of light. That's what his name means. But we all know that Lucifer is not a good guy. This is a light that is deceptive. The dark light seems good. It's so pleasant, it's so joyous, it's so splendid, but it's a trap. So the false light is like the moon that is shining. It's not a real light, it's just a reflection that is deceiving you and leading you in the wrong direction. So anyway, I understood right away that this is not good. This is a dark light. This is something that seems to be nice, but it isn't. And that's why I prayed, God, protect me. Don't let me be friends with the wrong things. Don't let me get into things that I'm not meant to. And don't let me, be blind to whatever this is. And with that, I was happy. I had received a dream. I had prayed, and I knew that God would protect me, etc. But then the real meaning of the dream was unfolded, and it was a surprise. It was not what I expected. You see, I was part of an event, and I had booked some calls and some meetings, and everyone that was part of it was getting their fair share of that. But for some reason on this meeting, there was no time for me. And during the meeting, I noticed that. I saw that, wow, this is taking too long. During the meeting, I was kind of like just asking God, just please, God, make sure that I get what we all been promised. And as I prayed that, I just felt like God said, you're not going to get anything. But I was focused on the meeting. I didn't have time to, spend time with God right there. But I was like, what? And I asked God, why? Why did I not get this? I mean, you've led me to this. You have, shown me the path, and I'm doing what you want. And in that moment, I realized that, wow, the dream that I had was not about a spiritual force which a woman can represent. No, it was not. It was about a physical person who did have black hair, who did have, the similarity to the person I'd seen in the dream, but I had never thought of that because it was not somebody that I was familiar with. It was not natural for me to have a dream about them or anything like that. And instead, what happened was that right after this meeting, I went on a call with my best prayer partner. And what happened during that prayer was that the revelation of what God wanted me to see, what He wanted to give me, was revealed and unfolded by a person that had no idea. But it was simply a revelation and a reminder from God what He wanted. So in other words, the dream was warning me simply because God wanted to protect my purpose and my path and the next steps that I would take on that path. And for me to make the right steps, I could not listen to a dark light. I had to get His revelation on what my plan was. Now, if you have a purpose and a plan and you feel called to do something specific, then I have just created a free mini course that is about making dreams come true and fulfilling your purpose in alignment with God. And in that, I discuss the basic elements that are needed to get there, and you can check it out. There's a link below if that is relevant for you. Now, with this dream, you see how subtle the warning can be. But with a trained eye and with knowledge of how God speaks and the symbols He uses, you too can start to become aware of these subtle messages. Now, that doesn't mean that every dream is from God or divine guidance, etc. But it does mean that every dream you get, you can pray, you can ask for protection, you can ask for information and understanding of what it means, and it can truly help you grow so much faster and avoid so much mess and mistakes, etc. So it's highly recommendable. Now, if you enjoy these kind of topics, I have a few other videos on dreams and similar things, so check it out. I put some videos on the screen here right now, and make sure to subscribe if you like these kind of topics, because I will be revisiting them frequently. And with that, I just want to say take care, be blessed, and hope to see you soon again.